So, my husband and I have been discussing a problem that we're having. We have lots and lots and lots of blooms, and we're really not getting any fruit. So here's our squash. I've actually had the blooms falling off and no fruit, and I've never had this problem before. Here's our watermelon and cantaloupe. I've got flowers. I've got flowers. Flowers here. Here is cucumbers. I've got flowers. Lots of flowers. And I have one tiny cucumber. The tomatoes look good. I'm getting tomatoes. But I got lots of flowers, no fruit on these squash and things. And the only thing that I can figure is I'm not seeing any bees. And so I guess my flowers aren't getting pollinated. I have never had this problem before, and quite honestly, it feels really alarming to me. And you've been hearing about the bee population, and I feel like it's just become very personal to me. The plants look good. We've had rain. The plants are pretty, but I've got flowers and no fruit. So let me know what you think. Has this been an issue for you too? I definitely want to get bees. It's on my list. I've talked about it for a while now. My husband's a little hesitant, and I know it's probably a pretty big learning curve, but this really makes me want to run out and get some bees. Are you guys having this problem too? These flowers and herbs have been up here for probably 2 weeks, and I'm getting ready to take them down because I've got some more. I just cut some more basil to dry. So this is the purple basil, and this is the sweet basil. Gardenia. I think I said chamomile in my, not chamomile, camellia in my last video, but this is gardenia. There's some roses, more roses, purple basil, sweet basil, lavender, gardenia, rosemary, sweet basil, gardenia, roses. This is marigolds right there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put them in some gallon-sized bags for right now, keeping, like herbs with like herbs, and then I'll put them in jars and things later. Here's the basil that I just cut, and I washed it, and I'm going to hang it up to dry. And there's the basil to air dry. Here are our microgreens, our first attempt at microgreens. They're about a week old, and what I've been doing is I've been watering inside of this container, and the roots have been sucking it up from the bottom. I harvested a little bit this morning and put it in a smoothie. Now, I will tell you, I thought they were just gonna not really have any flavor, but they smell and they taste like broccoli. So putting them in a peanut butter smoothie was not a good idea. So I think I'm gonna stick to sandwiches and salads. And I'm going to assume that the turnip sprouts are probably also going to taste like turnips. I guess I thought it would be like spinach and not really have much of a taste, but that wasn't true. Here's a little update on the plants that I propagated. It's been probably 3 weeks or so now since I did this, maybe even 4 weeks. I'd have to look back at the video, but the gardenias have successfully rooted. Actually, you could see the roots on this one the other day. I've still got the container over that one, but I can take it off. The fig, I don't think made it. I ended up taking the 2-liter bottle off of it, and when I did, it was pushed into the ground and it pulled the ground up. I don't know if that disrupted the roots that may have been growing, or if it didn't like the lack of humidity, but the next day the leaves were completely wilted. So I put the 2-liter bottle back over it. It started getting kind of this mildew or mold on it, but I saw a little green leaf, so I thought, well, I'll take it off and so it can dry out. Well, it looks dead. I'll probably just leave it in there though, just in case there is anything alive left. But my parents next door have some fig trees, so I'm going to get some cuttings from them and I'm going to try again. But it looks like all 3 of the gardenias, because I added one later on, they look like they're doing great.